Thanks, Morgan. Like I said, disappointing. We at one stage in the second half we felt we managed to turn the momentum. We scored, we were ahead, and then frustrating errors from our side. Two kickoffs. I think we stopped for a moment when we thought the ball was going to be out directly, and again tapped it in, and that almost put us under pressure to try and play a little bit differently. So we were good enough for some stages, but it's not 85 yet.
I guess Jake pointed out that the point of difference probably in this match was the bench. And brought on 4 Springboks, you guys had to rely on the best experienced players. How do you then develop that bench to be as world class and world beat as what is required in that last 20 minutes to close out the tough games?
Great question. It's obviously difficult to speed up learning with 205 caps. I think the Bulls caps today, Bok caps was about 205. Bringing Billy off the bench, you could see the difference he made. Kane made a big difference. So sticking to what we want to do, making sure that everyone is aligned in what we want to do. Some part of the plan we executed really well today, and some part of it not once. That's the only way that you can't buy experience immediately, if that makes sense.
Francke, as Coach pointed out, there was that one moment where you guys missed a crucial line-out kickoff, and that seemed to also change the game. Was there a mental shift after that mistake when they went and scored that try that you guys were now on the back foot and started getting a little bit desperate, maybe panicky?
Yeah, I won't say there was a mental shift. At that stage, we felt quite in control. Was a silly error, but we still had a lot of opportunities to fix it, and that's what we stand for. So the last 20 minutes, I would say, was not good enough, and unfortunately, SA Derbies, you don't win in 60 minutes. It's a full 80-85 minute performance from start to finish. Really switch on and do your basics really well.
Coach, how big was the sort of end of that first half? You guys went in with just 1 point ahead, but Francke was right on the line and just got stopped, and Sam missed that penalty that would have given you a bit more of a buffer. How big was that? Did that sort of change the talk, from where you guys might have been a bit more comfortable to, how much tighter it was at the break?
Yeah, I probably don't think it's a discussion of comfortable. I think it's more of a discussion of, well, it's probably 10, 13 points. There's two penalty kicks plus. I think we were 5 centimeters away from a try. So I think the difference is if you go in halftime 2011. I think the difference on how they want to play was probably bigger than what we wanted to play. I think at stages we allowed them to play their way, and if you're going to give their big bodies momentum and quick ball, they're tough to stop. And at some stages we managed to play the way that we wanted to play, and we could feel that it put them under stress. So I think it's almost more getting them out of how they want to play, instead of us changing that much if we got that 10 points.
Those kickoff receipts in the second half would have been a very disappointing thing. I'm sure you guys would want to work on now. Sam kicked you guys further ahead. You guys then get the ball away, penalty, then right on you again, kick ahead, and then again line out try. So that must be something that we work on to look ahead to.
The obvious answer is yes. The disappointing thing is we work on it every day. So in the moment, decision making, comms, execution. Like I said, don't say it with disrespect. Obviously, we're going to work on it hard now because it happened. But it's not like we're not working on it. So it's also probably the level of bench in terms of experience made a difference. And I'm not saying anything else than that. It's two silly errors, definitely.
After that first 5 minutes, scrub penalty, you guys got back up. What was the chat on the field? You guys did it a couple of more times when you sort of conceded some points and then kept up fighting. What was the chat?
If you look at the Bulls stats, they score a lot of points within the first 20 minutes. So we knew they were going to come. I think we scrambled really well. We fixed each other's mistakes. And that kept us in the game, and slowly but surely we started getting points, we started getting in the right areas. So it's not that we don't know how to do it, and that's where the disappointment come in, where we could do the same in the why can't we do the same in the last 20 minutes? And that comes to the occasion, guys, especially the leaders in the team, including myself, keeping everybody calm. What's the next plan? What's the next job? And then just executing your basics, and then less silly errors will happen.
Cash, is there a concern just with depth to be able to play short again? I mean, the season guys, they really do well for 60 minutes. Is that something that's a bit of a concern?
Not necessarily say it's a concern. Last week against the Dragons, they did unbelievably well. Yes, different game, different pressure. But because of the level of squads in South Africa, it's a 23-man effort anyway. So hopefully next time we sit here and we can say they were the difference. Yes, we have got a little bit of injuries at lock, for instance. So is there 5 guys standing in the queue ready to go? Not necessarily. They're all injured short term or medium or long term. But that's just the area that we need to really get clarity and fix is under different scenarios, what does the bench need to do?
And a tough loss, what are some of the positives that you take? I mean, it was really a tight game going into the half and the 10 minutes. What are some of the positives that you take going in preparing for the next game?
At stages, I think our set piece was really good. Our scrums after that first penalty was solid. It allowed us to play a little bit. At defence, some stages were rock solid, good movement, good decision making, stopping momentum against the big runners. Our attack, first 20 probably weren't dynamic enough. I think that last 20 minutes in the first half, a lot better, getting momentum, out in space, playing into space. Probably 1 or 2 breakdowns. Frank's the last 10 minutes, we got a little bit isolated in attack. That speaks a little bit to work rate, but it's going to sound silly sitting here after the last saying attack did look better and defence did look better, but it generally did look better.
Cash, dit was nie 'n gunstige uitslag nie, maar tog dink ek dit was nie 'n slegte vertoning deur die span nie. Dit was eintlik maar net mens kan sê 2 of 3 klein foutjies wat 'n groot uitslag vir die bulle gegee.
Ja, Walter, soos ek dink dit was in Engels hulle significant, 3 significant oomblikke wat 'n geleentheid was om druk terug in hulle helfte te sit. Toe gee ons hulle lyn staan of 1 skram, 1 lyn staan. Van daar af kon hulle momentum kry. Van daar af het hulle druk terug op ons gesit. En Manny, great line break, goeie line breaker daar regs af. Nie een van die 2 kanse benut nie. Selfs met die afskopfout ek dink as ons daar 3 gedruk het, was dit 5-6 minute oor, 6 punte points difference. Ongelukkig in 'n wedstryd soos hierdie en teen 'n kwaliteitsspan soos dit is dit 3 of 4 oomblikke wat die beste bepaal en vandag ongelukkig was dit teen ons.
Dink jy daai foute wat gekom het, dit was eintlik maar in die tweede helfte. Dink jy dit daar kon 'n bietjie moegheid ingetree?
Ek dink beide spanne, jy kon sien dit was warm, jy kon sien dit was 'n goeie tempo geweest. Ek dink beide spanne het op stadium gelyk of hulle dun is op suurstof. Ek kan nie noodwendig sê dit is net moegheid of kondisionering nie. Partykeer is dit maar konsentrasie ook. En partykeer is dit net nie kommunikasie of nie luister goed genoeg nie. So om te sê dis net fiksheid dink ek nie. Dit is
Coach, Sam, maybe one of the key areas that you can say you don't have enough depth is sort of tested right now is at number 10. Sam Francis is probably the biggest game he's played in his career. What was your assessment of how he's going in his development? He was to be crucial, kicks it off.
Yeah, he must wanted to kick a goal. Obviously, that was crucial. Probably one week he carried the ball to the 40, they got a turnover where we probably could have kicked it for us. his organisational skills is good and keep on developing. His game management is improving nicely. So can I sit here and say it's only his fault? No. Yes, his responsibility is to kick the ball through the poles. Yeah, but I think as a performance it was decent.
He's going to have to be the guy that's going to have to carry the torch going forward. If, Cade is not up to speed, so then we don't know what's happening with his future now. He's going out now. So a lot of the responsibility for the rest of the season is probably going to lay on his shoulders. How do you then make sure that he takes that with both hands and doesn't look at this defeat and go back into his shell and into himself?
No, I mean, he is only 21, so it is a lot of responsibility. Cade, unfortunately, was ill this week. He wasn't he's not really selectable yet. He's probably, hopefully, after 2 weeks when we get back, he is selectable. Sanele, 9, 10, he was also ill this week, didn't train Friday. So it's not a case of backing blindly. There's also illness and form and training standards and all of that we've got to talk to. Excited, we're playing a warm-up game against the Pumas next weekend. Loops, that has joined us from Greek Cross, is also getting an opportunity to play. So we believe he can offer something different on attack as well. So it's not just on Sam, but it's important for us to get a 10 that drives the team hard.
Coach and Francke, Coach, what is your assessment of the loose trio? They went up against all Springbok loose trio, and what are your thoughts on that?
I always get the feeling between Francke and JC there's a magical moment that might happen somewhere. I think JC was good today, breakdown he was good. Managed to get a couple of turnovers, but also did disrupt a little bit. Venter, I think, was good, showed a bit of class. Francke was good. Villa coming on was good against his old guys. Like I said, I mean, that was a really experienced Bulls loose trio. Having his arm coming off the bench is nice. So, no, I think as a collective, I think that they were good.
Francke, how did you find it going against the Bulls loose trio?
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was a big talking point during the whole week, so you can't miss it. But that's where you want to test yourself, and you want to test yourself against Springboks and people in your position and people that are writing about and stuff. So I think we really stood up. I think it was quite an even contest, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
Francke, the Bulls are definitely your guys' bogey team now. 5 losses in 6 games against the URC. But you seem to, for some reason, play a lot better against them at Loftus. That's your sole win a couple of seasons ago. Last season it was, a kick in the 80th minute that almost won the game again there. Does that fuel you guys now to sort of go for a big one in revenge at Loftus in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're at a stage where it's 4 SA derbies coming up, and we're in a space where we almost have to win all 4 of them, at least 3 out of the 4, to keep in contention. So I won't say our backs are against the wall, but there's only one way forward, and we will talk now, but we will look each other in the eye, and we have to decide what we want to do. And I have no doubt that the guys would be ready for the next one at Loftus. But the week before that, it's Stormers here at home, so we'll prepare really well for that game.
Cash, how important are these 2 weeks now in the build-up to that 4-game run? I think just Stormers here, Bulls away, Sharks here, Sharks away. So how big is these next 2 weeks in preparing for that very tough run?
Yeah, vital. Getting bodies recovered and rested, keep on developing our game model, get guys sharp, get them ready. Like I said, it's definitely the toughest month of the competition. You only play against the South African team, so important for us to be sharp, but also be rested and well. And unfortunately, you could see I think that Rooyen and Ulrich had quite severe injuries, so they tend to be 1 or 2 in the derbies just because it's so physically contested and quick. So just good luck to them as well. I really hope that the recovery is going well. And it's important for us to get fresh bodies and then also get fresh minds that's sharp and see opportunities.
James, thanks very much. Appreciate it.